What's up, guys? Welcome to Monchkinz Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Monchkinz logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and welcome back to another versus video where I take on the hardest contents in the global version of the game. And in today's video, we are going to take a look at, well, we've got Rude EVENT here, and yeah, before we do start, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's really Christmas down here in Australia now, so yeah, Merry Christmas from Australia. I don't know if we're gonna do any story time in this video, since I don't really have much to say. I've already said what I wanted to say in my previous videos, so without further ado, before we do start, once more, is you have to like and subscribe if you haven't already, because it does help this channel and I would really appreciate it if you do. Now, without further ado, let's start this video. Okay, so this particular fight wasn't all that difficult to me. I did have to retry once, but that's probably because of my fault. The main idea of this fight is basically to re-break the enemies before they get a turn. So they have three different kind of a stance, I would just say stance. So they have the first stance, which is the white mask, and then when they get a turn, they basically, when they attack, they turn to the yellow mask, and then if you don't break them, they turn to the red mask. Now, you don't really want to get to the point where they are going to go back to red mask, because they basically will remove all the debuffs they have. They will cleanse themselves, and they will pretty much do a higher amount of damage as well. So it is very ideal to just stick with the white mask. They do gain some brave, a huge amount of brave, by the way, so that's why you need a very strong brave shaver. So Sephiroth really works here. Unfortunately, ranged characters are not recommended because they are like double resistance to it. However, you can still imperil them to work around that, right? Lightning would have been great here since she can re-break all the time, but unfortunately the enemies are they have null thunder, so lightning's not gonna be doing much damage here. Even if you imperil them with the thunder imperil, I think they will still be double resistance. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So yeah, it's not very ideal, although lightning would have been really great though, with her re-break. So you have a few options here when it comes to re-break. Now obviously Sephiroth is going to be great with his burst weapon. It's basically like re-break central, because every single turn, at anyone's turn actually, they will be at one brave, and having a friend Sephiroth is going to be enough. The way I did it was when they basically all changed their mask to like yellow, and I couldn't break them or re-break them, I ended up like summoning Sephiroth's burst, and that basically made it so they transitioned back to the white mask. And that's just one way to do it. Obviously other re-break characters will help. I don't know how effective they are since I didn't try them, but other re-breaking characters are Vayne is a very popular one that can keep re-breaking even though the enemies are on break status already. However, Vayne is suffering from like low damage output at this point in time, so I don't know how effective he is. I do know, I haven't used Cloud of Darkness in global, so I don't know if she has that re-break free turn thing going on with her. But I know, yeah, I don't think she has. No, that's only in JP. The re-break thing is her LD. So yeah, unfortunately there's very few like few characters that can work here. I think Trey is still really good since he can basically put that debuff that breaks instantly. So if you are struggling to Brave Shave, Trey is another option to actually use. Obviously making them sleep and not making them a turn is also helpful. I'm just trying to think of other ones. Obviously having Rude is very important as well. You do need a healer for this one. When they attack, they do HP damage mostly all the time. I went with a Reno call as well, because sometimes they do a physical attack, so that really helps delaying them as well. So other than that, I can't really think of anyone else that can re-break. I'm sure there's other people in the comment section below that will let me know. I went with Kurosame as well, just to deal extra bit of damage, because they do have some HP regen from time to time. I don't know what really triggers this, but sometimes they do have it, and it's pretty intense. It's a huge amount of HP recovery, so having Kurosame doing extra HP damage definitely helps. If you have Rude's High Guard armor, this will basically allow you to do over 999 HP damage. It's not gonna help you with the Brave Shaving, but it does help the entire party, so it's not a bad armor piece to get. But if your damage dealers have their high armors, then you will be dealing more brave damage as well. So if you have any damage dealing characters that you can grab their high armors, and you know they have enough attack to break that 999 brave damage limit, it's not a bad idea to pick them up. Therefore you can shave just a little bit more. Sometimes they do just have just a little bit more brave than you think, and if you don't end up breaking them, they will change their mask form again, and it's not gonna be fun. I'm trying to think more characters that has some sort of re-break thing going on. What's his name? Arden's EX does re-break, so if they're in break status, you can save that up and just use that to re-break them. That works. Gladio obviously is very, very good in this fight, especially if you don't have like Shiva or something like that increases your speed. He will counter quite a bit, and for the most part he will survive. I do suggest taking him out with when you call your friend, take Gladio out, because if you are going with a Sephiroth friend, the re-break is just gonna keep pushing and pushing the turn order, so you won't be taking advantage of his counter that way. What else can I say? You can probably bring a Medallion as well, just to like remove the remove the turns as well, so that way you can they can get their brave back, and then you can re-break them after once they get their brave back. So that's another option. There's quite a few actually, now that I really like think about it. There are a few more options, and yeah, I think that is everything I can really think of. But yeah, I think I'll end the video right here, only because I don't really have any story time to talk about. I already mentioned that I'm going to be starting on night shift today, and yeah, this is probably the last video I'll be doing for the week. Yeah, this is probably the last video for the week. I may come back next week with, if they do a community live stream, I might do my usual monthly videos, and it probably Should You Pull, but it'll probably be the lower quality one. I think that's gonna be a normal thing that happens whenever I'm on night shift. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Please do remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already, because it does really help this channel, and I really do appreciate it if you do. Once again, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Hopefully you get what you want for Christmas. I certainly did to a certain point with the Rude's banner. I'm really happy that I didn't have to pity him. So yeah, hopefully you guys get what you want in your other gacha games as well. You can always follow me on Twitter and on Facebook at Monchkinz Gaming. This is Monchkinz logging off. And before I do log off, please remember to comment down below your team and your strategy. Maybe some things that I haven't mentioned, let me know down in the comments below. This is Monchkinz logging off. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next level.